Welcome to another edition of the New Age podcast. It's been a tough few hours for us as Nigerians, as a game that promised so much, left us hanging just at the very end. And this is the aftermath of the AFCON 2024 competition. I have with me a football analyst and a football enthusiast, my friend himself, Seun. How you doing, bro?
I'm very well. That is on a personal level.
Yeah.
But on a footballing level, I'm sad.
My brother, I feel like it was so bad last night. I just turned off my phone. I'm like, I don't even support them that much.
They brought us back to Planet Earth yesterday.
Yes,
really.
and then what was supposed to be Nigeria's best run in a decade in anything football.
Yes.
Like
the last time we went that far, in fact, was 11 years ago.
Yeah, when we went ahead to win it, right?
Yes. After that, we've only made it to the semi-finals.
And it was a scrappy kind of, this was the one where people were like, we're dominant.
People really believed it.
Yeah,
in fact, up to the point that they had to announce it in my church yesterday.
Oh.
And they had to show it for free for everybody to come and watch for free. You should know that. Before people can do that in church, then they were really, really immersed in the whole thing.
We are so invested in this.
But man,
women, children, everybody on the streets, was so invested in this.
But well, it is what it is. We have to face our reality.
Yeah, unfortunately, there has to be a winner and a loser. And last night, we were on the losing end. Congrats to Cote d'Ivoire. Well-deserved game.
Big congrats.
Big congrats to them. Very quickly, let me just say this before we go into building our team of the tournament, which is why we are having this video today. What do you think about the fact that Cote d'Ivoire were knocked out and they came in through the third place, best loser, thing? Do you think that was fair?
Well, yes. So before the start of the competition, that was the rules. So they didn't do anything outside
of the ordinary,
rules.
right?
So whether you come third or you come second, remember, even coming third was not just the catch. You need to be one of the best losers.
One of the best losers.
So there are other people, the other teams that came third, but didn't make the cut.
They make the cut.
So somehow they made the cut. But I think passing through that experience actually reinforced their belief, their mental strength.
Like,
because they had nothing to lose after
at that point, and it's always dangerous playing someone who has nothing to lose.
And they fired their head coach, they brought in the assistants, MS Faye, and I don't know what the guy told them, but again in football there is new manager bounce.
Wow.
They just wanted to prove people wrong.
The game against Nigeria in the final was nothing short of pure masterclass from him, because they were pressing from the start of the whistle to the end of the game.
I agree. 100%.
It was so good.
They brought the pressure. We were just soaking the pressure.
Yes, and that's one problem in football. If you only want to soak up the pressure at a point, it might,
You have to yield.
You have to yield. All right, so we're going to be building our own team of the tournament. Officially, there is no team of the tournament, correct?
Yeah, I've not seen one so far.
So far from CAF, official CAF team of the tournament, we don't have that yet. So we're going to be attempting to build our own team of the tournament from what we've seen so far. The criteria is whoever gets into this team should have gotten at least into the quarterfinal, semi-final.
Quarterfinal and above, but majorly semis.
Majorly semi-final.
We have a lot of players, so majorly semis.
Exactly. So please, if you don't see your favorite player here, you have to figure out, did he make it to the quarterfinal? If he didn't, sorry. Okay, so in the goalkeeping department, I think arguably the argument right now is Nwabali and Williams. Nwabali is Nigerian goalkeeper. Williams, South African goalkeeper. And should we even add the Cote d'Ivoire goalkeeper?
No way.
No way. Okay, even though he made it to the final, no way.
No, he considered way
too much, right?
Way too much now.
So I'm going to be allowing you to make the choice, even though I'm going to come in if I don't believe in your choice. Nwabali considered 4 goals, 4 clean sheets. All right, and I think why we can say he considered 4. Okay, no, he played all the games, right?
Yeah, he played all the games.
All the games were considered. 4.
No, all the games, but he didn't finish one.
Yeah, the one that
was
had
against.
Right?
I think was it Cameroon or Angola? I think
it was
Cameroon.
And he made a miraculous comeback.
Yes.
Yeah. So 4 goals from considered from Nwabali, 4 clean sheets, and Williams considered 3 goals, 5 clean sheets. However, Nwabali saved how many penalties in total?
Nwabali saved two penalty kicks.
2 penalty kicks.
Williams saved
4.
Williams saved 4 against Cape Verde. He didn't save anything against
Even
us.
though those were very terrible spot kicks. But
in the third place against DR Congo,
yes.
I think he made 1 or 2 saves.
Yeah.
And his first save against DR Congo was really, really what they needed, because if they had scored that penalty, they would have been out.
Yeah.
they will come forth. There will be no room for bros.
No room for.
But as the leader, as the captain, he stepped up and he saved that
penalty. Stepped up and okay.
So for me, for goalie of the tournament, I'll go with Rowan Williams. It's tough, but it is what it is. It would have been a different ballgame entirely if Nwabali didn't concede those goals in the final, yesterday, or maybe if Nwabali.
Okay, so if Nwabali had 2 goals conceded and 4 clean sheets, would we have said, okay, let's pick Nwabali over Williams?
Yes, because that would have meant that Nwabali wouldn't have conceded in the final. And more often than not, that would have meant Nigeria would be the winner. So I would have gone with him.
I'm going to come. Who do you have in mind as your player of the tournament first? We're going to talk about that, but who do you have in mind?
So before the final yesterday, I was actually tilting towards Ademola Lookman.
Okay.
I was actually hoping that he scores a goal in the final because that would have cemented his slot.
Place.
But again, as soon as Ekong scored, I updated my WhatsApp status to say, for me, Ekong has actually put himself
in that conversation. I think he was the highest scoring centre back.
Yes, as a centre back, he has scored 3 goals. Fine, you might want to argue to say 2 of them came as a penalty, but I really wouldn't mind because he could have lost it. Actually. Yes, he could have lost it too.
He stepped up.
So having 3 goals, highest scoring Nigerian alongside Lookman, making into the finals with all his leadership qualities during the competition, man, he deserves it.
Fine, I think I can work with that just because Ekong, his grit and every determination, the way he played, even though he slept for the goal that what's his name?
Hala.
Yeah, but fair enough. It's hard to keep your concentration in these kind of games every single minute. So we could forgive him for that.
Yeah. Okay,
I'll
forgive him.
Who's your left back for the tournament?
So I'll go with Conan of Ivory Coast. Yes,
not Masuaku from. Congo, right?
I'll probably have to put Masuaku as a honorable mention, but looking at Conan's interception, Conan's marauding runs on that left flank, I think I'll go with Conan. I was actually hoping to see the duel between Conan and Ademola Lookman in the final, but that game was something else for Nigeria. Lookman was not.
I don't even think we should just count that final.
So I think I'll go with Conan, to be very honest, as a left back.
I think my opinion, I would drag that because I felt like Masuaku was a serious presence for the Congolese guys, and I think they over delivered.
Yes. So if we are looking at that route, nobody would have extended a DR Congo in the semis.
Another thing is that most times when defenders come to AFCON, especially defenders that are way experienced in the Premier League, European leagues, they want to play right wing, left wing. He maintained his left back, and he delivered for them very well from that angle. But the fact that
made it to the final
and won
he's a winner, so I think that pushes him over the edge. So.
Just for this one, centre back.
Okay,
we have 2. So who are you picking?
Would I go for 2? I think for my team of tournament, I was a bit tactical because I think I went for a 5-3-2 formation.
Okay, 5-3-2.
5-3-2 formation. So that is making
the strikers in the competition didn't really stamp the authority.
Exactly. That was why I made just 2 forward. So we have done left back, which is Conan.
Okay.
So now
my 3
centre backs, definitely
Ekong has to be there, of course.
To be there. Then I also went for Indika.
Okay.
Indika of Cote d'Ivoire. Indika has been really solid.
He was a solid rock for them.
Funny thing is, I've known him before this competition.
Okay.
My team, Barcelona, was linked to Indika because Indika was part of the Frankfurt team that won Europa League 2 years ago.
Yes.
Was it 2 years ago or last year?
2 years ago, actually.
I think it was 2 years ago. So I saw him perform first stand against Barcelona, the way he handled Lewandowski. In fact, when he became a free agent, we were supposed to sign him. I don't know what happened. That deal just fell through. So Indika for me, Indika.
I don't think anybody should argue that he was.
Exactly.
He was one of their inspirations to go on ahead because they had this feeling like Indika is in the back line. Don't worry, we can go forward.
And then his duel against Osimhen, both in the group stage and yesterday.
I loved it actually.
No, I loved it.
It's like, yes.
Although he considered a penalty against Osimhen in the group stage, but yesterday he showed him.
Yeah, he showed him. Yeah, I learned from all of that.
Showed him who the boss was. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. And then for my third centre back, I'll go with the Congolese centre back.
Okay, who are you
going? Which is Chancel Mbemba.
Yes, this is another guy who delivered.
Yes,
he has this mature air about him.
He stepped up for the team.
Stepped up big time.
Although one blot or one stain is that he was supposed to score the winning penalty against South Africa so that his country could clinch a bronze, but he lost it.
I wouldn't count that as a blot because this is a 50-50 thing. We've had the greats of the greats miss penalties.
Exactly. So for me, I'll give it to him. Then also, I have to include somebody from DR Congo in my team. So that
what position?
Center back.
That's why you're including.
Yes.
Okay, because you took out Otto Musuaku, now you want to include.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes. So unfortunately, I had to make a decision between him, Bassi, and Ajayi. So I had to go with him.
It wasn't there.
No, for me, last night was for the whole team generally. Last night was not it. It was a night to forget for them.
It was a night to forget. It was a terrible night.
So for my team of the tournament, I would put Chancellor Mbemba, although I'll put Bassi in my honorable mention.
Okay, fair enough.
Just that.
Okay, right back now. We had a conversation earlier, before the final, and you were really propositioning Olaino.
Yes.
Do you still have him in your mind?
No.
Would have had a fight now because my goodness.
So before the finals, I was actually a pro Olaino person.
Okay.
Because his solidity in defense, his clearances when it comes to long throw, then his combination with Ademola Lookman on that right flanks. I was really happy. I was hoping that they could do something magical in the final. But yesterday,
it was like he slept off.
Yesterday was a different version of him. It was like his ghost.
My goodness.
Then see a winger like Adingra, a 20-year-old, pinning Olaino to the back, giving him left and right. Man, that guy made an assist from that wing.
Yes. He beat Olaino to push that ball in for what's his name? Frank Kessie's goal, right?
Yes.
And
Frank Kessie's goal was even a corner.
Yeah, I think they passed around or something.
Yeah. So
I can't remember.
For me, it was a night to forget for him.
It was a big night to forget.
It was not there. So I'll probably have to put him in my honorable mention.
Okay.
I don't think I want to stick with
Please
him.
Please remove him from honorable mention. Remove him. Let's leave it open, man.
So now the question is, in this tournament, we've not really had plenty right backs that have done exceptionally well. But I think
Sir Georgie was very average. In this tournament was very average.
It was average. For me, I would still go with Singo. Singo was not starting for Cote d'Ivoire because of the Sergio factor. Ari is the captain. And then
most experienced person
they had to start him. And then yesterday was the final, they also had to start him. But for all the games Sergio have played, even while coming in, the energy, the way he burst forward. No, for me, no.
It's too average, man.
I'll pick him. I'll pick Singo.
Let's go with Singo then.
I'll pick Singo.
I think Singo, if we are going to mention, let's go with Singo. I'll stick with Singo.
Okay.
So let's quickly move to the midfield. You're playing the 5-3-2, right?
Yes, so my midfield three.
Yes.
The first person.
DM, let's go with the DM first. Who's the DM?
DM, no other person than Frank Onyeka.
Yes.
Solid man.
I am going to agree because I was almost missing what's his name? Ndidi. But I think he stepped up for us and filled the shoes just a little bit.
No. For me, not just a little bit. Right now, last night, Onyeka was overwhelmed, and you cannot blame him for that. So the way our midfield is structured, he was playing against a 3-man midfield. Remember, Ivory Coast had Frank Kessie.
Yes.
They had Fofana, and also they had Seri. So there was no
physical men.
There was no way Onyeka could have won that duel because Onyeka was just in the midfield with Iwobi. Do you expect Iwobi to really go that route?
Please let's not even talk. Let's not mention that name here.
So for me, Onyeka. For me personally, Onyeka is my player of the tournament.
Okay.
Personally.
Let's keep him in midfield first. Okay. And who are we going for in center midfield? We're playing 2 center midfields, right? Or you want to have an attacking midfielder in your mind?
I'm doing is I'm doing a double pivot.
Okay.
Double pivot, then I'll put somebody at their front as a central midfielder. I'll pick Teboho Mokoena.
That's the South African guy.
Yes.
My God, that guy was
one of the revelations of this tournament.
He was a menace.
Dead ball specialist too. Woo! Very great guy. As in, he was reminding me. Yes, he was reminding me of a deep line Alonso when you lie deep and then you're spraying passes
everywhere,
from
right?
Deep. If you remember their game against us, they were trying to use long balls to pin us to the back.
For the first half.
It was him.
And it nearly worked.
And he scored a free kick against Morocco.
Yes.
And for you to score a free kick against a keeper like Bono.
What a free kick.
From that angle. No. Although he lost some penalties, but again, I can forgive him. I can forgive him. So I'll really, really go with him.
No. He was he was absolutely solid.
He was solid for
for
South Africa. He was solid.
We can even say he was one of their main inspirations to make it all the way to the semi-finals.
Yes, I agree.
Because they were not the most scoring side,
Yeah.
but they were the most dominant in all of their
Dominance,
games.
yes, I agree.
So who are we going for as a centre mid?
So for this third one, is going to be dicey because I have different options. I have Seko Fofana. Now I have Frank Kessie based on yesterday's performance.
I would personally. Fofana was a guy who was always taking risks.
Yes.
Right, but in terms of delivery, actually, I wouldn't put him there.
Okay.
For me, he had no assist. He didn't bust the midfield.
So
but he was the guy that was dangerous. That if ball falls out,
now that is it. If you look at purely stats, it will work in his favor.
Yes.
But if you look at their goals before the final, all the decisive goals Ivory Coast scored, he had the hand on everything.
Somehow, yeah.
Second balls, you might not make an assist, but you can make an assist of an assist.
Chance creation, score chance creation.
So he was always there. So for me, I would ordinarily want to put him, but based on yesterday's performance, Kessie has really opened the door.
Kessie puts his name there with that goal.
Kessie really.
The performance at the goal was top.
Kessie really wanted to die yesterday. No way, Nigeria, no way. So now I'll just have to put Fofana in my honorable mention.
Okay, fine. I can work with Fofana in.
Yes, I'll put Kessie in my midfield.
Left wing, who's taking it for you? It has to be Lookman. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It has to be Lookman. If you had any other person,
no, I won't say left wing. I'll just say two forwards.
Okay, so now we have two forwards,
two
right?
attackers. Yes.
So two attackers. Let's say supporting striker.
Yes,
yeah, Lookman. We'll put him there. Lookman.
And then the striker for me is Emilio Nsue.
Fantastic.
He's the highest goal scorer.
Now, if Osimhen had scored in that game and we had won,
yes,
he would have been in the conversation for striker of the tournament. Don't forget his performances were great. He was starved. Yes, his performances were great. His runs were one of the reasons why we're getting other people involved in goals. But then, in terms of his actual job, which was scoring the goals, Emilio Nsue.
Well, so on Osimhen, I would disagree with you a little bit.
Tell me why.
Osimhen was full of pressing, more like 98% pressing, 2% football.
No, let's say 80% pressing, 20% dangerous runs.
Okay, if you want to put it like that.
Yeah.
But based on the hype, we are talking about the CAF Player of the Year. For me, this tournament for Osimhen,
it was supposed to be him making his statement.
He was average.
It was supposed to be him making his statement.
Yes, exactly. Right? And how else can you make statement aside goals and assists?
Exactly.
He made one assist.
He had one assist and one goal.
One assist and one
goal, which is, to me, was very poor.
7 games, 1 assist, 1 goal. Yeah. When a striker like Sebastian Haller just played 2 games and he had
like 2 goals.
And those 2 goals were really decisive for his country.
Yes, he had the winners in both games, right?
So if in another 5 years, if you look at this tournament, you probably don't want to remember Osimhen.
Yeah, because you will not remember his pressing and all the runs.
Exactly.
You remember what did he do?
Allah's name has been etched into African history.
He won
forever.
Yes.
So it's no guy that came into the tournament, twisting his ankle, he was injured, came into the semis, scored the goal that took them to the finals, then the final scored the winning goal. And this was a guy that came in after a year of having
cancer and all of that.
No, come on, Osimhen, no. Maybe if he had scored yesterday, would have entered my honorable mention. But
I think at this point, Haller should be in that honorable mention.
Yes, in fact, Haller was actually knocking the door to be in my team of tournament, but he only played 2
goals.
games.
Come on, just like
he only played 2 games, 2 goals. But again, Nsue played 4 games, and nobody knew Nsue from Adam.
Exactly.
Into the tournament.
He took them all the way to the quarterfinals.
Exactly, and he scored 5 goals after missing 1 penalty. Man, I'll give it to him.
Yes. So, guys, that has been that. That's our team of the tournament. Before we just round this up, I just want to quickly say this: the use of VAR in this tournament, I want you to rate it over 100. In comparison to what we have in the Premier League, for example.
No, for me, it's excellent. Over 100, I'll give it 90.
The refereeing was absolutely spot on. There was no decision made last night that I could have said, oh no, that was biased.
I had people that would disagree with you on that.
Nah, if you look
it was
at it
based
from
on emotions.
Footballing
yes,
points,
exactly.
In fact, I would say if the referee was biased, we should have gotten at least 2 yellow cards in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Because again, Côte d'Ivoire brought the pressure.
Yes.
We were soaking the pressure. So we were trying to stop the attack and we were relying on
trying
fouls.
to be like, exactly. And
so
because in the first 30 minutes, we had like 6 fouls and they had only 1.
What do you really expect? So for me,
wow.
The ref, I think they said he's a very young ref. from Mauritania, and that was the first time a Mauritanian person is actually refereeing a major final. But it didn't disappoint.
It did not disappoint. It was
pressure,
fantastic.
It didn't disappoint. Maybe it would have been different if Nigeria was maybe leading at that time, close to the end. But at least Nigeria led.
I don't even think
Nigeria led for some time. So
he was
solid,
near perfect.
He was solid.
Let's just leave perfect for God, but he was near perfect, man.
He was solid for me. He was really solid.
Wow, so I think it's a good thing and something that we can like say thumbs up Africa. Yes, thumbs up, guys. You guys really
looking back, I think this will rank as one of the best ever AFCON.
Yeah.
And for me, the new CAF president, he really did well.
He showed like
he did well. Yeah. Although when we were playing them in the semi-final, I was scared because the big boss sitting in the stadium and then you're playing against his country. That kind of, because there were rumors that because he was attending all South African games. So people were carrying rumors that his presence was causing issues for the officials. But against Nigeria, I think the game was free. The game was
I think all of those was just emotions, man. People being emotional about the game.
So for me, the organization, VAR, this particular AFCON, 9 over 10.
9 over 10, guys. And I can't doubt that it was a wonderful tournament from the organization to the refereeing to the teams themselves, the goals themselves. All right, guys, that was our verdict and our team of the tournament. And I'm sure I have so many of you guys right now watching this video who have a lot to say. Please don't forget to put it in the comments of whichever social media platform you're watching us from. And don't forget to stick around for more videos. We have so much content coming to you guys in the coming weeks. Seun, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes,
I really enjoyed this.
All right. We have so much coming your way, guys. The H Creative Hub, we have a podcast studio, we have a music studio, we also have a game hub. Don't forget to come see us at 22 Berkeley Street, Onikon, Lagos. And yes, see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.